All right, welcome back, my dear friends, to the Jewish Inspiration Podcast. Before we begin our short and sweet segment on the month of on the month of Sivan, I want to share with you a beautiful letter, a beautiful note that I received from Aristio Canales. From Aristio, he says like this: I just want to reach out to say that your most recent video about the Shlosha Simei Agbola spoke to me on a deep level. Through my studies, I constantly feel like only a complete tzaddik can make it through, and I often doubt myself because of it. But your approach to Kabbalat Torah, the receiving of the Torah, reminded me of things I've learned before, but that are also easy to forget amidst the plague of doubt. You asked at the end for each of us to reach out, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to thank you for your holy work. So, Aristio, I really appreciate your feedback. And my dear friends, I encourage you, please share with us your feedback on our podcasts, on our videos, because they mean the world to us. We don't know who listens. We don't know if anyone listens. We hope you're listening out there. We hope you enjoy. We hope you rate the podcast. We hope you share the podcast. And we hope you enjoy the podcast. But we definitely want to hear from you. We want to hear how you're enjoying. It encourages us to continue to do the holy work that we're doing. Baruch Hashem, this month of May has been a record month for me personally in podcasting. It's the first time I've had a very, very large number of downloads and listeners. So I'm extremely grateful and thankful. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear if I'm doing something, I'm just talking to the walls. You never know. So I thank you, Aristio. All right, this month of Sivan. Of course, I want to thank each and every one of you here because I can't talk to a microphone, right? I'm not doing this for the microphone. I'm doing this because we have such wonderful, beautiful people here in front of me live here at the Torch Center. And then by way of teaching the class live, we're also sharing it with the world. So thank you. I mean it. I know each of you have places to be, people to meet, places to travel to, and instead you came here to the Torch Center. I'm deeply grateful. I'm honored. The month of Sivan is the third month on the Jewish calendar, the ninth month from Rosh Hashanah, and it's usually in the months of May and June that the month of Sivan falls on. The name Sivan means joy because it is the month of harvest and the ripening of grain. Sivan is also mentioned in the in the book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 9. We see it says that it was in the third month, the month of Sivan. Sivan has 30 days. So what is the meaning? What is the lessons? What is the zodiac for the month of Sivan? The sign of this month, the month of Sivan, is the Gemini. Gemini, the twins, the Tomim in Hebrew. The zodiac sign of the twins, first and foremost, alludes to the two identical tablets of the covenant given to Moses at Mount Sinai during this month. When a bride and groom attain the highest degree of connection, they are described as twins. The day on which Hashem gave us the Torah is described as a wedding between us and Hashem. Hashem refers to his bride, the Jewish people, as perfect, tamati. The sages read this word as twins, teomati, that we're Hashem's twin. It says in Song of Songs, open your heart to me, my sister, my dove, my love, my perfection. In other words, Hashem refers to the Jewish people as a twin with him, so to speak. Our sages teach us that Hashem is saying to the Jewish people, I am not greater than you, and you're not greater than me. So there is a relationship of twins between the Jewish people and Hashem. And Sivan is a time of that closeness, that bond, and that connection. There is also a twin relationship between the Jewish people and the Torah. As we know, Chazal tell us, our sages tell us, that the word Bereshis, the beginning of the Torah, it says in the beginning, Bereshis refers to the Jewish people who are called Rashis, the beginning. And for the sake of the Torah, the world was created, which is called Rashis, the beginning. Therefore, the world was created for the sake of the Jewish people and the Torah. In mystical thought, the Gemini is the first zodiac sign that is a human. The only other is Virgo, the Virgin. The sages explain that this is appropriate for the month when we receive the Torah, because only humans can extol, clap, and dance with joy over this momentous event. So it has to be a human power that rides along with us on this month. Now, some of the events in this month. So we know it's the second of the three festivals that falls out in this month of Sivan, the holiday of Shavuot that we just celebrated last week. In Sivan, Hashem descended on Mount Sinai and gave us the Torah. There are only 3 months that are referred to in the Torah in conjunction with the Exodus from Egypt. That is the month of Nisan, the month of Iyar, and the month of Sivan. Additionally, during this month, Rabbeinu Tam declared that on the 20th day of Sivan should be a fast day. And it's observed still by some. In the year 1096, during the first days of the month, mobs of frenzied crusaders murdered Jews in Worms and Mainz and other Rhenish cities. In 1171, the first blood libel in France, where tens of Jewish men and women were burned alive for an accusation, for a false accusation, that blood of Christian children was used in the preparation of matzah for Passover. In year 1289, thousands of German Jews were butchered during the Rindfleisch massacre during this month. And therefore, to commemorate that, many fast on the 20th day of Sivan. Now, some interesting things to note about this month. It is the third month. We have Nisan, Iyar, Sivan. It's the third month. There's a great power to the number 3, which represents permanent establishment. There's a permanence once you have 3. Hachut hameshulash lo b'meher yinatek. When a string is tied with 3 strands, that's when it's strong enough. It doesn't separate quickly. We see that we have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Torah was given in this month. Moshe was the third child. He had 2 older siblings of Miriam and Aaron. By the way, I'm a third child as well. I say with the first child, they're extremists one way. The second child, they're extremists the other way. And the third, they finally get it right. So you also have the 3 festivals of Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. We also have the Torah is divided into 3 sections: the Torah, the Nevi'im, the Ketuvim, the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. And we have the Kohen, Levi, and Yisrael. 3 days of preparation for the Sinai revelation. So we see the power in the number of 3. The third month has great power to confirm, to lock in our state of holiness and our connection with Hashem. Additionally, in Israel, the crops grow through the rainy winter seasons. By Sivan, they're ready for harvesting. In ancient times, the times of the temple, 2 wheat loaves made with fresh grain were offered in the holy temple on Shavuot. And it was also the time when people would begin to bring bikurim, their first and choicest fruits and grains, to the temple in order to thank Hashem for the bounty that He's gifted us. So, my dear friends, this is a little bit about the month of Sivan, the month that we're in right now. Hopefully, we'll have the blessing to be able to connect with the powers of this month and influence our day-to-day lives with this connection, with this wholesome relationship with Hashem, hopefully, and His Torah, and the Jewish people, all united as one. Because as the Midrash tells us, there were 3 things that existed before creation: Hashem, Oraisa is the Torah, and the Jewish people. And this trinity of the Jewish people, the Torah, and Hashem is a union that lasts forever. Hashem should bless us that we should feel that connection, we should feel that closeness, and we should every day elevate ourselves more and more in His Torah and His mitzvos, and bringing Hashem into this world for all of us in the entire world. Have a terrific week, everybody. Have a great Shabbos, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you. Rabbi.